We're learning about the Hult Prize at University of Toronto. Welcome to Tea at Taxevity, where you get insights from insiders who make life better, our many clients and friends. My name is Pramod Sharma, and I'm the actuary at the Taxevity Insurance Advisory. When I'm not doing interviews, then I'm helping people manage their financial risks that they could transfer with insurance. Welcome, Jason.
Welcome, Pramod. Thank you.
Now, in a sentence or two, please tell us what you do when you're not busy being interviewed.
Okay, so what do? I am a campus director of a competition that is taking place at University of Toronto. It's called the Hult Prize at University of Toronto.
And it's great to have you here because that's exactly what we're talking about today. What a coincidence.
What a coincidence, wonderful.
Okay, what is the Hult Prize?
Okay, so the Mile High View, the Hult Prize began in 2009, and its real purpose is to address wicked or very difficult problems faced by all people of the world, but mostly the base of the pyramid people, let's say, the people who make $1 to $2 a day. And this could be a problem with healthcare, it could be a problem with education, and so on.
Okay. And what do? Do they provide money, resources? Like, what's their approach?
So this is a new approach, and it's been popular over the last 10 years. It's a crowdfunded competition.
Okay, and what does that mean?
So what it means is we're trying to draw on the best ideas from the biggest pool of minds possible.
Okay.
And the incentive is, and this is a big incentive, it's a big part of the Hult Prize, it's $1 million seed money. It's $1 million at the top of this pyramid.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yes.
And are there a lot of teams that compete for this prize?
Absolutely. This is the world's largest competition for social enterprises, and there are thousands of teams that are sourced from all around the world that are after this one prize at the top, this $1 million.
Okay, I visited the website and I saw a picture of Bill Clinton there. What's he doing there?
That's right. Well, he's basically the face of the Hult Prize, and his role is Bill Clinton has what's called the Clinton Global Initiative, and it's also after social good and transforming the world for the better. Mm-hmm. And they are partnered with Hult Prize. So he introduces, every year he introduces a new topic, a challenge that's to be addressed. It's called the President's Challenge. And then at the end, he will award the winning team with the $1 million prize.
Okay, that's very interesting. Now, let's just get a sense of what kinds of challenges the Hult Prize has been focusing on. So maybe let's just go back to 2012. What was the challenge then?
Sure. Okay, so there's a challenge. It was about health, but it was about something that we've seen recently in the last 10 years where you can have people that are becoming obese, but they're actually undernourished.
Okay.
So there's lots of new developing problems, and this is no longer just a first world problem with obesity and so on. This is a problem that stretches around the world, also base of pyramid, as I said. And the winning team was very, very interesting, and from Canada, that won $1 million that is going to address this problem.
Excellent. And then last year, what was the competition about?
So last year was about noncommunicable diseases.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, diabetes. And
Okay.
I think that's not a secret anymore. It's very, very common. Diabetes is growing, and it's not a first world problem. This is a global epidemic.
Okay, and what is the challenge this year?
So this year it is, I'm extremely passionate about this year. This is about early childhood education. It's been talked about as one of the low-hanging fruit. It's one of these things that if we solve this problem, we can make a huge difference in the world.
Okay, and what is the actual issue with early childhood education?
It's a great question. Recently, as in the last decade, there's been a lot of research that shows that the amount of money that you put into early child education has the greatest dividends. So I think a good example would be if you're from the age of 0 to 4, you have what's called brain plasticity. It's very easy for you to learn languages. It's very easy for you to learn a musical instrument. But it turns out it's very easy to establish lots of patterns of thought, critical thinking, empathy, and so on. So if we can get kids from 0 to 4 to really get into education and get into learning, we can reap those benefits for the rest of their lifetime.
Okay, and I get the sense that people who have money probably have a big advantage over people who are impoverished.
Absolutely. So in the last 10 years, we have had a lot of research that also proves that. So Children that are raised in, let's say, wealthy, affluent families, they often will have, let's say, double the average vocabulary from the other side, from children who are raised in conditions that are economically challenged.
Okay.
And so with double the vocabulary, these kids tend to get into self-fulfilling prophecies, you could say. They enjoy reading, they read more, they do better at school, and it puts them on a path where their success is more and more guaranteed. And then there's a divergent path, whereas on the other side, the children do not like reading. And it's just one example, and it makes education for the rest of their life more challenging.
Okay, but there must be research being done on these kinds of issues already.
Yes.
Okay, and then the Hult Prize is helping how? By getting more awareness, more competition?
So the problem is we've known about this research for a long time. The University of Toronto, we do a good job addressing it and creating this research.
Mm-hmm.
It's the actual execution of this knowledge that we have.
Okay, and that's where the money helps, is in actually implementing something rather than just having the research.
That's correct. So until now, you would have things like Race to the Top. America had some very famous programs where they used this background research, and they're trying to put money into, let's say, kindergarten until grade 3, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
But what we find more and more, this money would be better spent on children from 0 to 4. But this is an extremely hard challenge because we cannot put it into institutions such as schools. This is preschool.
Right.
So we need to actually make a product that would be of appeal to the parents, the caregivers of these children, that is still affordable at the same time.
Right, and the focus here is on people in other parts of the world where they're not as well off as we are. So is the idea that they would have to then buy something as a result of this, or would they get free things?
Absolutely, that's a great question. So this is about social enterprise.
And okay, what I hear that a lot, but I'm not quite clear on what that is.
So these words are thrown around a lot, social entrepreneurialism and so on. The idea is that baked into these business plans is some kind of social benefit.
Okay.
So it's not just the idea that you're a successful business and then you use your profit and then you put it into a foundation or you put it into a charity or so on.
Mm-hmm.
It's the actual working of the business has two purposes. It's to make a profit, so it's economically sustainable.
Right.
It's not waiting on handouts,
Right.
the government grants, etc., etc. It's actually doing it itself, and it could be scalable and it could grow just like any other business. But at the same time, baked into that business plan is some kind of positive externality, you could say, or social good.
The reason for the Hult Prize then is to provide money to implement these types of ideas.
That's right. So the idea is through crowdsourcing, the best ideas will naturally go up the ladder, and the very, very best idea, which we hope would have the highest chance of delivering impact, measurable impact in this area, in early childhood education, it will get $1 million in seed funding. And after incubation, this team with the winning idea, it will hit the ground running and it will have a company.
Okay, and out of curiosity, is that $1 million Canadian or US?
That's US.
Okay, even better. How is the University of Toronto involved?
That's a great question. So the Hult Prize has been going on for several years, and we have had University of Toronto teams taking part in the past.
Okay.
However, what's different is in the past, this was via online application, a general online application, the exact same all around the world. Now, for the first time, we have an on-campus competition.
Okay.
The winner of this competition will guarantee a spot in the regionals, the next level up, and that could be in Boston, San Francisco. There are 6 locations around the world. They will guarantee a spot, but it's also good for the teams that do not guarantee, that do not secure a spot in the regionals, because they will have experience presenting in front of judges. But what's even greater than that is the feedback that they get from those judges can be used and incorporated into their pitch, which they can then use for the online general application.
Oh, that's really good. So they're not out of the competition if they don't win the on-campus competition.
That's right. I would say a lot of people have asked me that exact question.
Okay.
Should I go into the Hult Prize at University of Toronto? If I don't make it to the top, then I won't be able to get into Hult. That's not true. So anyone can go into this online application, and it just increases your odds because you're able to incorporate this feedback that I spoke about.
Okay, and last year, how many teams did U of T have?
So U of T did quite well, particularly via Rotman MBA, the Rotman MBA program at the Rotman School of Management. We had 10 teams that applied, and we had an amazing success rate. We had 6 teams that went on to the regionals.
And the regionals are the level that's just below the finals.
That's right. So the winner of each one of those regionals in the 6 locations will go and compete in front of Bill Clinton, Muhammad Yunus, all of these famous people. Sanjay Gupta last year was a judge. And from those regionals, one will walk away with $1 million.
That's pretty good. Now, how did you get involved?
I think I'm perfect for this position, but that's my personal bias. I am an Ontario certified teacher, which is perfect for this year's competition. So
Okay.
I have done a lot of research into early childhood education and so on. And furthermore, I'm a Rotman MBA, and I'm also presiding over an international club called Net Impact. Net Impact is also advocating for sustainability in terms of social conditions and environmental conditions via business expertise and business processes. So I preside over that, and we have a partnership with Hult Prize. And actually, there's one more reason to go on. I'm also a consultant for nonprofits and social enterprises as well.
Wow, you're quite involved with a lot of things.
I'm involved in a few things, that's for sure.
Right. And as the campus director,
Yeah.
what is your goal?
We have a few goals, but I would say top of mind, my primary goal would be to get well-diversified teams.
But well-diversified, what do you mean?
So we want to crowdsource, and the idea of crowdsourcing is that there are a lot of different ideas if you look far enough and look broad enough. We don't want a laser focus as far as 5 people that are good at finance or 5 people that are good at operations, supply chain management, etc. We want a team that is fully rounded. We have expertise in education, expertise in finance, and expertise in marketing. There are so many things that can come together and make that lightning in a bottle kind of magic that will propel a team into success in this area.
Okay. That sounds like a very good goal, because diversity does lead to a lot of really good results.
Absolutely.
And is there a key message you'd like to leave with viewers today?
The key message is get involved. Tell people about the Hult Prize. Social innovation it's growing. The social economy is growing. This is a fantastic area that everyone should be on everyone's radar, and particularly if you're a University of Toronto student, this is something that's very exciting.
Okay, and where can people get more information?
Great. So I'm running a web page right now. It's www.hultprizat.com/Toronto. So that's our local website. So for University of Toronto students, they can download the challenge, the President's Challenge. They can register their teams, and then they can get more information. And in general, hultprize.org is where you can just get general information on this prize.
What's the best way for people to reach you?
Just via LinkedIn, just like everyone else.
Okay, that sounds great. Thanks for dropping by.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us for Tea at Taxevity. The Taxevity Insurance Advisory helps you understand insurance and bridges gaps in your coverage. There's no premium for peace of mind. How healthy is your insurance?